And good afternoon, everybody, and we're back here at Eastern High School for the second of a doubleheader between the Eastern Lady Eagles and the Southern Lady Tornadoes. And the first pitch coming off of the leadoff is high and looks like it's going to be ball one. Braylon Bevins batting for the Eastern Lady Eagles. Just coming off of the officials meeting and quickly getting into this one, and this one is going to be outside. It's going to be ball three. Looks like there was ball one before that, so we're at 3 balls and no strikes here as Braylon Bevins is batting for the Eagles. And this one is going to be up and 4 straight balls, and looks like Bevins is going to get walked. Right out of the starting gate, Bevins is going to make her way to first base. And looks like we're going to get to the next one on the rotation, which is going to be Portman. Thus far, looking at a comparison between the last starting lineup and this one, I do not see many noticeable differences. And the pitch to Portman is going to be swung on and missed for strike one. No noticeable differences that I can see right now for the Lady Eagles, but we'll see how that might be affected later on. Taking a look here, still do not see anything. So we'll keep an eye out on that. We'll see if Southern has made any changes to their batting rotation. And there's the pitch, and it is going to be an attempt to steal the base there by Bevins, and she is going to be marked safe at second. Goes in sliding. Bevins makes it to second base, and looks like still with Portman at bat. 1 ball, 1 strike after the steal. And here's the wind-up pitch, and it is going to be just inside for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just starting the top of the first inning here of this second of a doubleheader between the Eastern Lady Eagles and the Southern Tornadoes. This one is going to be into left field. It's going to be a grounder, and it looks like Bevins is going towards third. She's rounded third, headed home, and can she make it? She goes in sliding. Bevins scores. Right out of the starting gate, Bevins slides in and gets one for the Eagles. And Portman is going to be on second base. Coming up next for the Lady Eagles is going to be Leah Rader. She pitched the entirety of the last game. That might be one thing that we might see some changes in, is the pitching department. But Rader did pitch in the last contest beginning to end, and now Rader is back here up to bat. Of course, she was part of the late game drive at the bottom of the 7th in the first contest, and that's going to be grounded towards right, and she's going to get a base hit, and looks like Portman is going to go to third, Rader at first, runners on the corners. So right out of the starting gate, the Eastern Eagles continuing that red-hot momentum that they had from the 7th inning, and we'll see how long this can last for them as Kelly Wells comes up next to bat for the Lady Eagles. No outs yet, may I add. Here and again, up already by a score of 1-0. Winds up, and that one is going to be low. Hits the dirt. An attempt to steal second by Rader, and she's going to be marked out. So there's out number 1. Goes in sliding, but they're able to get the tag at second base. With 1 out in the wind-up pitch, here we go, and this one is going to be outside for a ball. 2-0 count. Winds up, and this one's going to hit the dirt. Ball 3. 3-0 is the count. 3 balls, no strikes. And here's the pitch, and this one's going to hit the dirt, and she's going to walk. Wells is going to move to first. And back to a runners on corner situation. As coming up to bat now for the Eagles is going to be Sword. Natalie Sword is now back. Of course, Lydia Park was next on the rotation in the first game. Now Natalie Sword gets bumped up a peg, and her first serving is up, and it's going to go to the right side, and it's going to be fair and bring another Lady Eagle home, 2-0. And Sword makes it to first base off of 1 hit, and on top of that to boot, Wells will make it to second. 2-0 now is the score with only 1 out here in the top of the first. Eagles already up big by 2. Big statement here by the Eastern Eagles to start off. The next pitch coming, and that one is going to be just in the inside corner for strike 1. Getting ready for the second one. It's coming, it's lined up, and swung on and missed. Strike two. No balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. As Day is batting for the Eagles. Is up, and that one is going to be way high and outside. 1-2. The wind is still a factor in this one, maybe not as much as it was earlier. The wind is still picking up sometimes, a little less sporadic than it was before, and there's a foul ball. Sun's been showing in and out. The temperature has been warming up. It is a little warmer now than it was during the beginning and conclusion, also may I add, of the first contest. Both teams take some time to warm up, and there's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3, out number 2, this one by Matty Day. And now Day is going to come out, and looks like it should be Casada batting now for the Lady Eagles. Another change in rotation. Casada will move up to about midway through the batting rotation with 2 outs, up by 2 here, and runners on bases. And this one's going to be hit, and it's going to be fouled. 0-1. We appreciate each and every one of you coming in here on the Total Media Sports live stream. Again, the second game of a doubleheader that we have here today, courtesy of Total Media Sports. Opening day for us in terms of high school softball. And here's the pitch, and it's going to be low. Another ball. And it looks like there's going to be an attempt to steal third, and she is tagged out. So that's going to do it for the top of the first inning. The Eagles able to produce 2 runs and come off to an early 2-0 start here at Eastern High School. So again, 2-0 is the score as we go to the bottom inning, and the Tornadoes coming up to bat. You're watching the Eastern Lady Eagles on Total Media Sports.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kierson Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Hungry for something amazing? Sully's in the Valley is now open in Beaver, serving up the best flavors around, from sizzling brick oven pizzas to what might be the best Reuben in Ohio. Every bite is made with top quality, high-grade ingredients, fresh, flavorful, and crafted to perfection. Sully's is your new go-to spot. Come see what everyone's talking about. Sully's in the Valley, now open in Beaver.
And we make it to the bottom of the first inning. A great start for the Eastern Lady Eagles as they're out warming up at the moment. 2-0 is the score. Eastern on top of the Southern Meigs Tornadoes. And we'll see how their batting rotation is different compared to the first contest. Of course, a couple noticeable differences we were talking about a little earlier. Casada being bumped up for Eastern. Sword also getting moved up a peg. Some shuffling around in the starters department to give some other ladies an opportunity to bat. We'll see what Southern can produce here in just a moment when they come out. So let's get to this in just a second here. All right, and there it is. I was looking for it, and looks like we had our roster here. It blew to the other way because of this wind that we've been dealing with here today. So I'm able to get it here again. The players for Southern: Cranick, Camp, Hupp, Roberts, Rose, Cranick. There's 2 Cranicks: Stout, Norris, and Caldwell. And looks like they're up to bat now. And first pitch coming. And it's going to be up, and it is going to be called strike 1. Looks like Cranick is still batting first for Southern. And that is going to be again 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch, and it is going to be low, ball 1. Steps outside of the box here for just a moment, goes back in. 1-1 count. The pitch coming, and this one is going to be outside. 2-1. Nearly a hit by pitch. This is coming. It looks like it is indeed Rader still pitching, and this one's going to get hit towards the left field into foul territory. Leah Rader, an Iron Man, or you could say Iron Woman in this instance, pitched again the entirety of the first game, and she's out here from the get-go pitching again. The count remains 2-2. This one's coming, and it's going to be right down the gut, and it's going to be dropped by the catcher just a little low as well. So it is going to be marked a ball, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wind's starting to pick back up here. In a position, thankfully, where the wind is not drowning out the microphones. And here's a pitch, and this one is going to be outside, and it's going to be a walk. Kranich makes it to first. And Camp will now be batting for Southern. So far, no differences. We'll see how that changes. But Kranich and Camp, the first 2 batters in the first game, and continuing to bat here in the second. No outs here for the Tornadoes. There's a pitch and a bunt. Going to be a number towards third base. It's going to be overthrown, and looks like we're going to have Kranich making her way to home, but she steps back to third base, and Camp is going to make it to second. So runners on second and third base. The tying runs are both on bases, and the leading run is at the plate. Hupp, who has been pitching for Southern, is up to bat. Pitch coming into this one is going to be low. Thinking about stealing, steps back. It's going to be 1 ball, no strikes, 1-0. This is coming, and this pitch is going to be marked ball 2. Getting these pitches, most of them landing in the outside corners, and that is going to be ball 2. 2-0 the count. And here's the pitch, and it's going to be ball 3. 1 more, and we'll have a bases loaded situation. As you can see, the sun is starting to come out here again. It's been in and out between all these clouds and the haze. And here's the pitch, and it is going to be marked strike 1. Gets inside, and now we got 3 balls, 1 strike. And this is going to be hit on, and it is going to go way outside, and it is going to be a foul. Count stays full. Pitch coming, and this one another foul. 2 straight swings and 2 straight fouls coming from Hupp. No outs here in the bottom of the first, and 2-0 is the score. Eastern on top. And there's going to be a high pitch, and we got a bases loaded situation. And now that Hupp is out, Roberts is coming up to bat. First, second, and third all occupied. Raiders pitch coming up here on the mound. She gets it, and it is going to be in the corner for strike 1. For those just tuning in, 2-0's the score. The Eastern Lady Eagles won earlier by a score of 8-7 in walk-off fashion. And there's going to be a drive down center, and it's going to be caught for out number 1. But there's going to be a sacrifice, and looks like we're going to have Kraniak make it home. First points on the board for Southern. 2-1. Sacrifice fly there leads to this situation here, where it looks like Turner is coming up to bat for Southern. She was a substitute in the last contest. One of the changes here, and now Turner's going to actually see some time out here on the field. Big difference between her and a lot of players on both sides is the fact that Turner is well rested, all things considered, seeing very little time in the first contest. Of course, very few substitutions made, very few relief hitters, and there's going to be a foul ball. 1 out already recorded, but off the sac fly, getting their first run here, 2-1. Pitch is coming, and it is going to be low, hits the dirt, and looks like runners are going to advance to second and third respectively. And once again, creeping on another run, we got a runner at third. 2-1 still the score here in the bottom of the first. 1 out. Raiders pitch is coming, and it is going to be a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's coming, and this is going to be a foul. Count stays 2-2. Been an exciting day for softball here in Beaver, and there's going to be a wild pitch, and runner's going to advance home, and it is going to be safe. And we got the tying run in and the leading run in, as looks like both Camp and also Hupp advance home, and now the Tornadoes have taken a 3-2 lead. Been an exciting day overall here, as I was getting out a moment ago. All around the board, just exciting baseball, softball action here, should I say, between both the Eagles and the Tornadoes. Again, the last one ending in a walk-off. There were times where it seemed out of reach. However, it ended up being a victory for the Eagles, and there's going to be called strike 3, and there's going to be a strikeout. Looks like a tag at the end as well. So there is going to be 3 outs. Looks like nope. Okay, my bad. Sorry, I'm trying to look out here through the window, trying to catch some of this, and a bit of a miscue here, so disregard that. So we are still at 2 outs. 3-2 is the score. And another batter up for the Tornadoes, and a swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch coming, and it is going to be a foul. Looks like she got a little bit of that one. Regardless, a swing there and strike 2. 0-2 the count. Get this strike, and the Eagles can get out of the inning. And here it is, and this one's going to be way outside for ball 1. Kind of reminiscent of the first inning between the Eagles and the Tornadoes, with the Tornadoes taking a pretty early lead, and it was a very slow-paced first inning, which is kind of like it is now. And here's the pitch, and this is going to be fouled back, and it's going to be another foul, and the count is going to remain at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3-2 the score here on the bottom of the first. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be towards right field, and foul territory goes into the bleachers for another foul. The bat is meeting the ball, just continuous fouls here in this at-bat. The 3-2 pitch, and this one is going to go into left field, and it's going to be caught for out number 3. So the Southern Tornadoes respond in big fashion here. The Eagles starting off with 2 runs. The Tornadoes get 3, making it a 3-2 ball game and giving them a 1-point lead as we head into the top of the second inning, where the Eagles will be coming up to bat here on Total Media Sports, back in 1 minute.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Hungry for something amazing? Sully's in the Valley is now open in Beaver, serving up the best flavors around, from sizzling brick oven pizzas to what might be the best Reuben in Ohio. Every bite is made with top quality, high-grade ingredients, fresh, flavorful, and crafted to perfection. Sully's is your new go-to spot. Come see what everyone's talking about. Sully's in the Valley, now open in Beaver.
3-2 is the score here as we get ready to start the second inning. Real quick, I'd like to shout out some of our sponsors for making these Eastern baseball and softball broadcasts possible. And there's still time to jump on board the bandwagon for other businesses out there. Brewster's Real Estate and Auction, Graphic Creations, We Wrap It, You Rock It, Chase Brown Law, and of course the 2 sponsors you've been seeing their commercials for, Clark Law Office with offices locally in Jackson and Chillicothe, and also Sully's in the Valley located here in Beaver. Back here to the action at hand, the count is 1-1. Here the Eagles up to bat and trailing by 1 here in the second inning. Plenty of softball left to go here in what has already been a long day here in Beaver. The pitch is coming, and this one is going to be hit on, and it is going to be fouled. Batting right now is Sofia Casada for the Eagles. 1 ball, 2 strikes as the count. Trailing by 1. And the pitch to Casada is going to be marked strike 3. So she's going to be struck out. 1 Eagle down and 2 outs left to go. As looks like we've got Lindley McAllister checking in. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be fouled. No balls, 1 strike to McAllister. And the pitch coming, and this one is going to be swung on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, and this one is going to be just outside for ball 1. Shout out to our stream crew who has been helping us, working tirelessly here all day on these Eastern broadcasts. Those guys, of course, being Jimmy McCormick up here with me running the live stream. And there's going to be a swing into the left field area. It looks like she's going to get in for a single. McAllister is on first. Jimmy McCormick, Sean Schumacher, and of course Dylan Euler been here helping as well. So those guys playing key and pivotal roles here in our broadcast this afternoon. And I speak on behalf of, I think, all of us broadcasters, that these guys' efforts are deeply appreciated. 3-2 is the score here, 1 out, and McAllister on base, and a swing and a miss there by Quiller, who is at bat for the Eagles. That's called strike one. No balls, one strike. There's another pitch to McAllister, and this one is going to be outside. 1-1. Pitch is coming, and a swing and a miss again. Strike two. Trying to hit pay dirt, can't get it to go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one is going to be outside. It's low, and McAllister is able to steal second standing. McAllister making it closer to home now at second base. Quiller still at bat, 2-2 with 1 out. And Quiller, this one drops low, and it's going to be full count. And the pitch coming, she hits it. It's going to be driven to center, and looks like she's going to be out. And McAllister does slide back to second, and she'll be tagged safe. So 1 more out recorded, and McAllister will remain on second base. The inning continues for the Eagles here as Bevins, looks like we're going back to the top of the rotation, and Bevins is once again up to bat. Take a quick time out here. Coach coming out to talk here, regroup for just a moment. Trying to get these players situated. Entire group regrouping here at the mound for Southern. Just talking some things out here for a moment. They step outside of the box. 2 outs recorded here in the second. 3-2 is the score, with Southern having a very narrow 1-point lead. The Eagles, of course, have 1 runner on second, and the leading run is at the plate at bat. Now to Bevins, here we go. Pitch is coming by, I believe this is still up and wind up, and this one is going to be just in the inside corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Pitch coming, swings it, and it's going to drive into left field liner, and it's going to bring 1 to third, and runners on the corners. So with 1 on first and 1 on third, the inning continues for the Lady Eagles. We're in the top of the second inning with 2 outs. And the pitch, this one is going to be just outside. Ball 1. Pitch coming. This one's going to be curveball and called strike. One ball, 1 strike. Runners in the corners, first and third. And here's the pitch, and it is going to be strike 2. Managing to get those corners, and brings it to a 1-2 count. Weather continuing to stay fair here in this contest. The wind is starting to slow down the speed here some. Something that has continued to be a factor here the entire afternoon. Pitch is coming, and this one is going to be marked ball. It looks like we're going to have a steal at second base and runners still on third. So now runners on second and third. The count over here appears to be 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and this one is going to be marked in for strike 3. 3 outs. The Eagles unable to produce a run here, but able to get some runners on base and able to get a few hits as well to boot. However, not enough for Eagles to tie this one up with Southern, and Southern still has a 3-2 lead as we head into the bottom of the second inning. We'll be right back on Total Media Sports.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Hungry for something amazing? Sully's in the Valley is now open in Beaver, serving up the best flavors around, from sizzling brick oven pizzas to what might be the best Reuben in Ohio. Every bite is made with top quality, high grade ingredients, fresh, flavorful, and crafted to perfection. Sully's is your new go-to spot. Come see what everyone's talking about. Sully's in the Valley, now open in Beaver.
Coming into the bottom of the second inning, where the Southern Tornadoes have a lead over the Eastern Eagles by a score of 3-2. The Tornadoes coming back up here to bat, trying to add some more damage to their already 1-point lead. Wind starting to blow harder in the direction of the left. Also, I got an update earlier, see if I can find the score again from Tim Frederick. See if we can get this score pulled up here. Of course, the Waverly Tigers, and I believe what was considered a scrimmage, took on the Jackson Ironmen at VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, the home of the Paints. Here it is. And Waverly had won that one by a final score of 8-3. So congratulations to Coach Noble and also Coach T. Fred and Coach Jeff Davis of the Waverly Tigers for picking up a win at VA Memorial Stadium. Again, 8-3 over there was the final score. Also, some more softball. Speaking of Jackson, coming your way here in the distant future. They got a contest, I believe, tomorrow against Point Pleasant. If not tomorrow, it's going to be the next couple days, and that one will be broadcasted. And there's going to be a foul ball, and there's a strike. Total Media Sports broadcasting about 58 high school baseball games across 17 counties and countless schools in the area being represented. And there's going to be a ball in the third base. There's going to be an error in the process, dropped it, and there is going to be a single as she easily gets in safe. Got runners on first. As batting for Southern now is going to be Stout. Stout batting, and there's a swing, and this is going to be a foul ball. This one's going to go way back, and that's going to be a strike. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and this one is going to be driven towards left center, where it is going to hit the ground, and we're going to have a single by Stout. Now runners on first and second. See if we can figure out who this is coming out to bat for Southern. But with runners on first and second, the Southern Tornadoes also have a 3-2 lead over Eastern here in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch is coming, and this one is going to be fouled. And looks like they were maybe trying to go for the play there, but could not reel it in. So it is going to remain a foul ball. Here comes the pitch, and this one is going to be high up into right side of the field towards first base. And there's going to be a play made, and looks like there's going to be another one at third, and she will be marked safe. Runners advanced to third, also one on second, but an out being recorded there on the trek to first base. Taking a quick pause here to clear off the base. 3-2 is the score with now one out for Southern. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be inside for strike one. Pitch coming, and this one's going to go towards third base, a roller, and it is going to go into left field, and a runner is going to advance home for Southern, as it looks like Stout has made it back, and another score for the Tornadoes, and another one advancing, making it 5-2 here. The gap is widening here as the Tornadoes now have a 3-point lead. And regrouping up here with Raider on the mound, talking things over, just taking a time out, discuss different things. Trying to make sure that her head's in the game here. Of course, some mistakes, but also some different variables that Raider has had to work against here during this one and the preceding contest. As Camp is batting for Southern. 5-2 is the score, one out. Pitch coming, and this is going to be a butt, and it is going to roll near third base, and it is going to be free, and we'll see what happens. Looks like she is going to be coming back. Didn't roll far enough, so we'll be back at bat and will be marked a foul. And this one is going to be another bunt attempt, an attempt to steal third, and she makes it. Cannot get the tag in, cannot get to base in time, and there's going to be an easy steal on third base. Runner creeping here, already one out, but still some breathing room here for the Tornadoes. And now another run to add on to the lead. It's just waiting at base. And there's going to be a swing and a miss. One ball, two strikes. The 1-2 count, and this one is going to go in for ball two. Two to the count here. Pitch coming, and a swing and a miss. Strike three. I think I say a foul ball. She grazed that one. So it is going to be marked a foul. Not quite a strike three. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be just inside. Now strike three. And with two outs now, up comes the base, up to bat for the Tornadoes. Pitch coming to Hupp, and this one is going to be outside, called ball one. 5-2 is the score here. The Tornadoes up on top of the Eastern Eagles. Also want to mention this, talking about the Eastern Eagles, of course, the Madman and Rockin' Raj, Mike Davis and Rockin' Raj will be here broadcasting Eastern softball and baseball throughout the season here, all the home games. And they're going to be broadcasted on Total Media Sports YouTube, where they are here now. So keep it tuned in here on Total Media Sports throughout the duration of the season to follow the Eastern Eagles and their quest for an SOC title. Pitch coming, and it is going to be just outside ball 3. Part of course, a lot of different areas being covered in high school softball. And here's the pitch, and this one is going to go way back towards deep left field, and it's going to be at the foul line. 3-1. There's the Ross County area. Of course, teams like Waverly, Piketon. Also see some games being broadcasted also throughout the Side Valley region. Three one's the count. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be low. Ball 4. Allows yet another walk. Runner on first and a runner on third. Been a tough couple innings defensively for the Eastern Eagles, as Roberts is up to bat. And here's Raiders' pitch, and this is going to be called strike, and looks like going to be a steal on second. Runners advance, one on second, one on third. It's coming, and this one is going to be outside. Called a ball. One to count. It's going to be low, and looks like there's going to be a play at the plate here, and a steal for the Tornadoes, and another one will score as Kraniak comes in standing. 6-2 is the score now. Tornadoes trying to leave no doubt here after losing the first contest and adding on plenty of runs here early, but a lot of time to work with. Pitch coming, and this one's going to be called strike 1 on the outside corner. Not strike 1, be called strike 2. And Roberts stepping out of the box here for a second. Two the count. And this one's going to be into center field. See if they can get the play, and they do. Out number 3, and more runs added on for the Southern Tornadoes. The score is now 6-2 here as we go into the third inning, and the Eagles coming up to bat. You're watching Eastern Eagles softball on Total Media Sports.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Hungry for something amazing? Sully's in the Valley is now open in Beaver, serving up the best flavors around. From sizzling brick oven pizzas to what might be the best Reuben in Ohio. Every bite is made with top quality, high grade ingredients. Fresh, flavorful, and crafted to perfection. Sully's is your new go-to spot. Come see what everyone's talking about. Sully's in the Valley, now open in Beaver.
6-3 is the score here as we head into the third inning, and this one continues to zoom along. The Southern Tornadoes now with a 4-point lead over the Eastern Eagles as Leia Rader comes up to bat for Eastern. Already 2 runs poured on, those both coming in the first inning for Eastern. 6-2 is the score. Pitch coming, it's going to be straight down the middle and going to be in the right side for a foul. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Raider coming in. And the pitch coming to Raider, and this one is going to be just a little low. Ball 1. One ball, 1 strike is the count to Raider. No outs as we just start the third inning. And that's going to be called strike 2. In that quarter again. And now 1-2 is the count. Pitch to Raider, and this one is going to go towards the direction of the shortstop. Throws it into first base for out number 1. Picks up the first out. Raider is retired. As coming up next is going to be Kelly Wells for Eastern. Last time Wells was here, I believe she got out. And the pitch is up, and it is going to be outside, called ball. 1-0 is the count. Pitch coming to Wells, and this is going to be in the right side, and looks like it is going to wind up in the glove for another out. That one was in foul territory, but a play was made on it for out number 2. So 2 outs in quick succession here for the Lady Eagles. As now Wells is retired, Raider before that. And another batter coming up for the Eagles. Pitch coming, and this is going to be a swing and a miss. Try to see if I can see who this is from over here. Called strike 1. And hit right down the middle. It's going to drop, and we're going to get a base hit. Sword with a base hit, and she'll make it to first. Got Eagles on base. But 2 outs. Now Maddie Day makes her way up. Pitch here, and a swing and a miss. Oh, 0-1 the count. And a swing, and this one is going to be live, and it is going to be caught for out number 3. The Eagles unable to produce any runs in the third inning, 2 straight innings, and a drought starting for the Eastern Eagles. The score 6-2 here, Southern on top, leading by 4 as we head to the bottom of the third here on Total Media Sports. Back in just a minute.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, the state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Hungry for something amazing? Sully's in the Valley is now open in Beaver, serving up the best flavors around. From sizzling brick oven pizzas to what might be the best Reuben in Ohio. Every bite is made with top quality, high grade ingredients. Fresh, flavorful, and crafted to perfection. Sully's is your new go-to spot. Come see what everyone's talking about. Sully's in the Valley, now open in Beaver.
6-2 is the score here as we get into the bottom of the third. The Southern Tornadoes up to bat. Two straight innings for the Eastern Eagles, unable to produce a run, getting 2 runs in the first. Getting a base hit, though, in the last inning, however, unable to produce anything else. Pitch coming. And it's going to be swung into left field, and it is going to be a base hit. It looks like she's going to move up to second, and she'll slide in, and she is going to be ruled safe. Tagged there at the plate, but not in time, and she will make it to second base to make that a double. So runners on second, already making an impact here with an early hit. Just starting the third inning here, 6-2 is the score. Pitch is coming, and this one is going to be into left field, but it's going to be in foul territory, and looks like this one is going to be out. Strike one. 0-1 the count. Raiders pitch coming here in a moment. She gets it, and this one is going to be just outside for ball one. Got runner on second. And no outs yet. And here's a pitch. And another outside pitch. That'll be ball two. Two-one pitch coming, and this one is going to be a grounder towards third base, making the play at first, and she gets it, and is she going to be out? And we'll see here, trying to see if I can get the ruling, and yes, she's out. Out at first, and out number one of the inning for Southern. However, runner does advance to third base. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be outside for a ball, and in on the inning right now for Southern is Rose. Pitch to Rose, this one is going to be called strike one. One ball, one strike. And one out. And pitch, and this one is going to be outside, ball two. There's going to be a hit here, and it is going to be fouled off. 2-2. Shout out to all the people watching on the stream right now. Looking good, guys, as well on the cameras. Taking a look down here. Great view from back in center field. And there is going to be a pitch, and that is going to be called ball and full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sean Schumacher, our man back deep. If you look from my point of view, you can kind of all the way out in the distance see the camera. It's pretty hard to see. It just looks like a little blip on the radar. And there is going to be a walk off of that. Ball 4. Runners on the corners. Got 1 on first and 1 on third. And what has been a fast last couple innings, especially in comparison to the first inning. Pitch coming, winds it up, and this one's going to be called ball. And a steal on second. One oh the count. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be outside, ball two. Walk here would bring up a bases loaded situation for Southern, already up by 4. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be in, and it is going to be ball 3. 3-0 the count. Batting is stout for Southern. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be outside, ball 4. Bases are loaded. Runners on first, second, and third. And only one out here thus far for the Tornadoes in the inning. Six to 2 is the score. Also, shout out again to all the people watching in the live stream. We got the live chat. I'll do my best to try to keep up to date on that. The pitch is coming, and it is going to be in for strike 1. Lots of Eastern Eagles fans checking in on here. Always get a lot of Go Eagles comments. Oh, on the count, and now it's going to be 1-1. One ball, one strike. Winds it up, and this one is going to be right down right center, and it is going to be caught for out number 2. It looks like a runner coming towards home, and she will get in safe. Runner makes it back. 7-2 is now the score. Another run put in for the Tornadoes. A 5-point lead for Southern. And I hear discussion with the umpires as they're meeting up with the coaches just short of the third baseline, discussing something. I can't really tell what. Cannot hear down there, but they're talking about something down here. I think it's something to do with this bat. They're checking out the bat. Girl hands over the bat, and they're checking it for something. I don't know what. But the coaches are regrouping here at the third baseline. The coach is talking about this, and they're trying to work it out. I wonder if perhaps it could have something to do with the way the bat is made, the kind of bat it is. If there's some sort of controversy about it, they do hand the bat back. Well, not yet. Coach Nichols making his way back over into the dugout. Coach Swan taking a look at something as well. And they're making their way over to the eastern dugout. And the run has been taken off the board, so it must have had something to do with the bat. And it is back to 6-2 after the officials' discussion. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be popped off and fouled. 0-1. However, bases still loaded here. 2 outs for Southern. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be low, and it's going to be called ball one. Kraniak batting for Southern. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be in left field and fouled. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still trying to figure out what that situation was about just a moment ago. And there's going to be a pitch, and it's going to be a ball. And yes, she was indeed called out during that whole debacle with the bat. Just figuring out exactly what it was that caused that. I'm thinking it had something to do with the type of bat that was used. And here's the pitch, and it's going to be in left field for another foul. 2-2 is the count here in the third inning with 2 outs. Bottom half of the third inning, may I add. Already almost to the fourth inning here. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be low and hits the ground. And full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's coming, that one's way outside, and a wild pitch, and that will advance a runner home. So now it is for sure 7-2 as a runner secures her way back home. And it's Turner, she makes it back to home plate. 7-2 is the score. And another runner at third. And the base is once again loaded. Pitch coming, and this one's going to be outside for a ball. That one able to be retrieved by the catcher, avoiding another perilous situation. Pitch coming and a swing, and looks like it's going to be fair, and it's going to advance 1 runner home, and looks like 2 are coming home. And yes, sir, at the plate, and another one coming over. And there's an error at home, and looks like that's going to advance another runner. So all 3 that were on base managed to get their way home, and looks like there's going to be 1 at third. We got a runner on third, and 10-2 is the score here. Now an 8-point lead for the Southern Tornadoes. A very convincing first few innings for Southern. Eastern getting the first 2 up on the board, and they've not looked back since. And a fly ball towards left field, and it's going to be dropped, and it's going to advance another one home, 11-2. It's going to be a double. Almost a double-digit ball game here. As batting now for Southern is going to be Roberts. With 2 outs, still hanging on. Raiders pitch is coming, and this one is going to be a wild pitch, which is going to allow runner to advance to third. I got 1 on third, and 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be ball 2. A 9-point lead for Southern here in the third, 11-2. Pitch coming, and this one is going to hit the ground, ball 3. Two outs here. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be down the middle, called strike 1. Right down the middle, 3 balls, 1 strike. try to end this nightmare of an inning for the Eagles. And this is going to be hit, and it's going to bring another runner home. Going to get an RBI single. And looks like Hupp comes home. 12-2. With Roberts on first. Two outs here, but unable to get an out of the Eagles. And this one's going to lead to a crazy pitch, and it's going to be a ball. Able to reel it in with the catcher to get the play over to second base. However, the steal is going to be successful and advance to second place. Will Roberts, second base. (12-2) is the score, and this pitch is going to be high. Two balls, no strikes. Windup coming, and this one is going to be a ground drive towards center, and looks like they're going to try to come home, and goes in, gets in. Roberts makes it home, and looks like the ball's still alive, trying to make the play to third base, and she'll make it standing. 13-12. Continuing through the rotation here, got a runner on third base. And no, your eyes are not deceiving you if you're tuning in. 13-2 is the score here, an 11-point lead for the Southern Tornadoes in the third inning. Taking the time out here, standing outside the box, talking a couple things over, getting ready here. Two outs. And here we go. First pitch by Raider coming. It is up, and it is going to be a fly ball into left field, and it is going to be dropped. It's going to be another Eastern error, which is going to result in a triple, looks like. Yes, sir, and another runner comes home. 14-12. Now runner on third once again, an infield triple. Not quite home, but very close as Rose comes to bat. Pitch coming, and this one is going to get hit towards the shortstop. See if she can make the play at first. And it looks like we had one come home, but are they going to say she got out? Yes, sir. That's the end of the inning. And the runs piled on big time for Southern here. The score heading into the fourth inning, 14-2 as the Eagles come to bat here on Total Media Sports.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Hungry for something amazing? Sully's in the Valley is now open in Beaver, serving up the best flavors around. From sizzling brick oven pizzas to what might be the best Reuben in Ohio. Every bite is made with top quality, high grade ingredients. Fresh, flavorful, and crafted to perfection. Sully's is your new go-to spot. Come see what everyone's talking about. Sully's in the Valley, now open in Beaver.
(14-2) is the score here as we get to the top of the fourth inning, and a very rough, to put it very least, for the Eastern Eagles defensively at the bottom of the third inning, as Casada coming up to bat here, leading off the fourth. Side batting, and both the coaches regrouping now towards the southern dugout. Talk a few things over. As Quesada gets in the box. And the pitch coming, and this one is going to be a grounder straight into the pitcher, but she can't hold on to it, and she is going to be just marked out at first base. Close one, almost safe, and that was a close call. However, Quesada was marked out. And now McAllister quickly coming in, checking in for the Eagles. One down immediately. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be high. Ball one, just outside. 1 ball, no strikes to McAllister. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be grounded towards third base, and McAllister will rack up a single. McAllister gets on base. And Quiller coming up to bat. Down by 12 are the Eagles with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be swung on and fouled. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch coming, swing, and another foul. Quiller with strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch coming, and that's going to be a high ball, and it's going to be an attempt to steal second. And it looks like McAllister will make it back to second base. McAllister with the steal. As the count is 1-2. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be up. And it's going to be towards center, and looks like we're going to have runners on the corners. 1 on first and 1 on third. As Braylon Bevins batting, we go back to the top of the rotation here. And Bevins up to bat. Pitch coming, and this is going to be a swing and a miss, and throwing it towards second. And there's going to be pursuit here, and she's going to have to try to run to second base. They had to make a play at home, and she's going to be marked safe. And a run does make it back as McAllister, with a good fake out there, able to get home. Able to throw them off track, and McAllister does get another run in for the Eagles. 14-3. Nice move right there, really was. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be fouled back for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Bevins, and she is going to be struck out. So make that out number 2. Two down, 1 run so far in the inning. And a runner on second. Pitch coming, and a swing and a miss, strike 1. Of course, in the 5th inning, I believe that's when the mercy run rule comes into effect. double-digit differential we'll see here, and going to go to third base and makes the play at first, and there's out number 3. The Eagles able to secure 1 run, but able to get plenty of hits and plenty of ladies on base. 14-3 is the score here as we head into the bottom of the 4th on Total Media Sports.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Hungry for something amazing? Sully's in the Valley is now open in Beaver, serving up the best flavors around, from sizzling brick oven pizzas to what might be the best Reuben in Ohio. Every bite is made with top quality, high-grade ingredients, fresh, flavorful, and crafted to perfection. Sully's is your new go-to spot. Come see what everyone's talking about. Sully's in the Valley, now open in Beaver.
14-3 is the score as we have made it to the bottom of the 4th inning. And here in just a moment, we'll shout out our sponsors. Of course, these people making our Eastern Eagles broadcast possible. And as I mentioned earlier, still time to get on board the sponsorship bandwagon if you would like to sponsor our Eastern broadcasts. Those sponsors that we have: Brewster's Real Estate and Auction, Graphic Creations, We Wrap It, You Rock It, Chase Brown Law, Clark Law Offices with offices locally in Jackson and Chillicothe, and Sully's in the Valley with, as you just heard a moment ago, and I will attest to this, the best Reuben in Ohio. If you're a Reuben lover, you're a Reuben connoisseur, believe me when I say that Sully's in the Valley here in Beaver is indeed the place to go. And getting ready to start the at-bat for the Southern Tornadoes here. 14-3 is the score, an 11-point lead as they were racking up runs left and right in the bottom of the 3rd. And we'll see what kind of damage they can do here. Warming up, we do have a pitching change for the Eastern Eagles. See if I can get the number over there. It is number 17 for Eastern. So it does look like we have a pitching change as Kelly Wells now pitching in place of Leia Rader, who has pitched from the very beginning and has not looked back all day. Finally, a pitching change, and we haven't seen many of these on either side today. So she's going to take a minute here to warm up. She's required at least a few minutes per OHSAA rules to warm up. So while she takes a quick warm-up here again, talking about that with the sponsorship. Of course, our sponsors are what makes our broadcast possible. Of course, if you get a hold of Total Media, you can be a sponsor for Eastern Eagles baseball or any of our other baseball broadcasts if you are interested. You run a local business. This right here is a great way to get your product out there, a great way to get recognized, just a great overall way of getting your brand publicized. It's just a great way to get it out there. Highly encourage it as the Southern Tornadoes will be coming to bat, as it does look like Stout will be batting once Wells gets warmed up, and I think she's ready to go. Here we go. Wells will be pitching, and Stout now up to bat. She's going to be stepping in just a moment. The umpire getting in position as we get ready to resume action. (14-3) the score for those just tuning in. A pitching change for the Eagles. Wells' pitch is up, and it's going to be a swing and a miss for strike one. Wells' pitch coming. She's here in relief. Pitch coming, 0-1, and it is going to be a wild pitch for ball one, 1-1. (14-3) is the score. Wells, and this one is going to be hit, and it's going to stay in the infield, and Wells collides, and it is going to be dropped and will lead to a double. And that will be another Eastern error. So Southern back on base here, one on second, as they continue running through the rotation. Wells' pitch is coming, and it is going to be a ball and a wild pitch, and we'll move up to third. As it looks like Caldwell batting for Southern. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch, and the Caldwell to the left side, and a nice catch there. Able to bring her out. Good hustle there, and that results in out number one. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be grounded towards the shortstop. Going to make the play at first, and she will be... She's out. But does advance another runner home, 15-3. Now, once again, a 12-point ball game. Pitch comes. This one is going to be just in the inside corner for strike one. Dealing damage here. Every inning here that the Tornadoes have played in, to my calculations, they have at least brought in one run, and they have not looked back since. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be a grounder, and it's going to be at least to first base, and that is where she will stop. And a single here, 2 outs. And batting now is going to be Hupp. Pitch up, and this one is going to be a wild pitch and going to be a steal on second. Thinking about going to third, and she realizes she has some time, and she makes the play at third. So she does manage to get to third base. So with one runner on third, 2 outs, 1-0 the count. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be ball 2. 2-0 the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be a wild pitch and advance another runner home. As now Camp makes it back, 16-3. Wind picking up so hard it's starting to shake here a little bit in the press box. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to go towards right center, and it is going to fall down, and it is going to lead to yet another base hit. The hits piling on here, 16-3. As Roberts returns to bat for Southern. Here's the pitch, and Roberts going to get it, and it is going to be a drive into right center. And looks like we got a runner advancing to third. She's rounding third and heading home, and she will make it in, and a play at third base, and she'll be safe. 17-3. Another runner makes it back. Now Hupp makes it home. Turner now up to bat for Southern. 17-3. What has been a very convincing performance here for Southern. Here's a pitch, and that one is going to be way outside. Ball one. One over the count. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be clipped and foul ball. 1-1 the count, 2 outs. Just a matter of getting that third out as they continue to pile on the base hits. Pitch coming, and this one's going to be high up in the air, and it is going to be out for another foul. 1-2. Rose stepping out of the box for a second. Now comes back in. Rose batting for Southern. Pitch is coming, and this one is going to be another foul. And the 1-2 pitch, and this one is going to be called strike 3. So that is out number 3 here as we get ready to head into the 5th inning. Few more runs piled on for the Southern Tornadoes. Now brings the score to 17-3 as we go into the top of the 5th inning here on Total Media Sports.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Hungry for something amazing? Sully's in the Valley is now open in Beaver, serving up the best flavors around. From sizzling brick oven pizzas to what might be the best Reuben in Ohio. Every bite is made with top quality, high grade ingredients. Fresh, flavorful, and crafted to perfection. Sully's is your new go-to spot. Come see what everyone's talking about. Sully's in the Valley, now open in Beaver.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
And back here, 17-3 is the score as we go into the top of the 5th inning. And a pitching change now for the Tornadoes as Stout is warming up. Stout is going to be the relief pitcher here and probably the last pitcher in the rotation for Southern to see some time here. She's got her warm-up time through. Of course, again, had to go through the allocated warm-up process. But down here big, 17-3 are the Eastern Lady Eagles. And soon creeping into Mercy Rule territory if they cannot produce something big here in the 5th. As Raider is up to bat. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be grounded towards third base, making the play at the plate, and she will be out for out number one. One hit, one out. As now Wells, the relief pitcher, is now in the bat. Pitch coming from Stout to Wells, and this one is going to be low and wild, and it's going to be ball one. One out here in the fifth inning. 1-0's the count to Wells, and she swings and fouls. 1-1. Pitch coming to Wells. This is going to be down the middle, but low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be to third and goes through the bag, and Wells is going to get a base hit. Wells makes it to first, and a runner on base for the Eagles. As Natalie Sword comes up to bat with 1 out. Here's a pitch and a swing and a miss. And here's a swing and another miss. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and 1 on base. Pitch coming, and this one's going to be high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be towards the shortstop, and the play going to be made at second, and it's going to be a double play. And 2 outs right out the get-go. And we'll see if they call it here. It looks like they're giving each other fist bumps, with this being, of course, the 5th inning mercy rule. Yes, sir, it is ball game. 17-3 is the final score. The Southern Tornadoes have knocked off the Eastern Eagles, and they split the series here today, 1-1. The first one won by the Eagles 8-7, and of course this one 17-3 right here for Southern. So Southern picks up their first win here this season, to my estimation. Eastern with their first loss at home. But either way, both teams with 1 win apiece in this doubleheader today. Going to try to maybe get a word here with Coach Nichols. Asked him if he would come up for an interview. We'll see if he finds the time. I know he's pretty busy. So tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a 1.5-minute commercial break. And when we come back here on Total Media Sports, if Coach Nichols is up here, we'll have the interview. If not, we'll wrap this one up with some post-game statistics. We'll give him just a second. And we'll be right back here on Total Media Sports.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, the state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Hungry for something amazing? Sully's in the Valley is now open in Beaver, serving up the best flavors around, from sizzling brick oven pizzas to what might be the best Reuben in Ohio. Every bite is made with top quality, high-grade ingredients, fresh, flavorful, and crafted to perfection. Sully's is your new go-to spot. Come see what everyone's talking about. Sully's in the Valley, now open in Beaver.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
17-3, the final score here this evening as the Southern Lady Tornadoes have knocked off the Eastern Eagles. Again, splitting the series. Eastern getting a win here earlier in the day, 8-7 over Southern. Southern coming back in big fashion and leaving no doubt here in a mercy rule, which ended in the 5th inning. Great performance by the Tornadoes, hits in every inning. It doesn't get any better than what we saw out of Southern here in these 5 innings. And so congratulations to the Southern Lady Tornadoes on their win here. As for the Eastern Eagles, they will move on next week to take on the South Webster Lady Jeeps, and that will be here at Eastern High School, Eastern softball. So if you're an Eastern softball fan, you have nothing better to do next week, come out and support these Lady Eagles. Of course, a softball program that's a bit of on the rise here, you could say. They're trying to build up a very, very powerful softball program over here. And you take a look at the other Eastern athletics, football, basketball, very high standard being set here in Eastern. So please come out and support them as you do all the other Eastern athletics. We were hoping for Coach Nichols. Of course, he's down there still regrouping with the players. He's going to be a while, so it looks like he will not be coming up for an interview for this one, but we'll catch him next time. There'll be plenty of opportunities to do so. So I'd like to thank our stream people. Of course, we got Sean Schumacher on the camera, Jimmy McCormick running the stream, also Dylan Euler pitching in on the stream. So that'll do it for us today here. And we've had a great time here all day at Eastern for Total Media Sports. So until next time, this is Hayden Milliken saying good night and go Eagles.